All right, our assignment 3 project is to blend our creature into our landscape. So I'm going to open up my fantasy landscape Photoshop file, assignment 1. And if I bring in the PNG that I submitted for assignment 2, and I just drag and drop that, let's move to the top here, onto my landscape, I'll see pretty quickly if I have the components I need. So I can just put that guy in there, try to include most of him, make him pretty big, and there he is. But is that believable? Well, it'll be more believable. He's kind of standing on those rocks. What if I pushed him behind those rocks and behind the atmosphere a little bit? Is that believable? Yeah, it's kind of believable. It's not too bad. Obviously, there's more that could help. So if the lighting is coming from the top, he would cast a shadow. Maybe he's not going through all that atmosphere. Maybe he's just going through a little bit of it. So the first step, what I am proud of, is that my PNG is nice and clean. My outline of him is very sharp. I don't have a lot of debris. Because as I put him in the landscape, I'm just going to be softening him and changing him and adapting him, right? But then the other thing I might want to change is I'd like him to have a tail. And if I want that, I need to get that finished. So the first step really of assignment 3, which is combining assignments 1 and 2, is to finish off assignment 2 in a way that you're really happy. So I'm going to go back to my assignment 2 PSD, turn all those layers on, and see what can I do to finish this off. And I wanted to find a tail. And way back when, I gave myself the challenge for this assignment, and some of you have taken that challenge, of adding a floral element, adding flora with fauna. So I can obviously find a crocodile tail or a Komodo dragon tail. But it'd be really cool if I could find something from a cactus. So let's see, like an aloe vera. But of course, since I'm using their pixels, I want something that's large enough, at least 8 megapixels. And I want it to be a high quality photo, which they aren't always. And I need it to be in sharp focus. This is a tall order. But I know how it's going to fit into the anatomy of my creature. Why it's nice to look at kind of untraditional areas is because you'll get some shapes, some silhouettes, some features, some details that you just wouldn't think of in the animal kingdom, but that blend very nicely. All right, and then I might need a backup as well. So let me look for alligator this time. Still larger than 8 megapixels, but I need it from the right angle. Or something that I can warp up to the right angle. Again, alligators don't stand on their rear legs, so I'm not going to have a lot of reference of the right angle of the belly and the tail, or the underside. So, armadillo has a pretty interesting tail too. So whatever improvements your second assignment needs, especially just cleaning up around it, that's something to keep in mind. Step 1. Oh, this is cool. I don't know what it is. I want to use it. All right. The end or the beginning. Sadly, it's pretty blurry, but I'm going to save that to my desktop. These are quick improvements that I'll add to my assignment 2 folder. But right now, I'm just going to use the desktop. Get these to load up. And I think this is the best option I have for these. Luckily, that's nice and sharp. It's all right. That's a little too blurry to be useful. Remember, focus matters. And resolution, of course, matters. All right, so how do I bring these in? I'm going to use this as my foundation. Just when I'm placing it, I'm going to already kind of size it. I know a lot about how I want this to fit in already, how it will work. But as a smart layer, I'm not able to warp it, so I'm just going to do a loose cutout. What I like about this reference as well is there's a lot of easy to select background around it. Duplicate that out, turn off the layer behind, just go ahead and delete that, I don't need it. Push this behind. And that almost works as is. I'm just going to warp it so that it fits with the curve of the spine a little bit better. Very good. All right, now I can cut it out where I need to using the magic wand, turning contiguous on, maybe taking the tolerance down a little bit from 32 to more like 12, adding to it. So this is helping us practice the techniques we've just learned. And I can use my lasso tool, hold down Option, and deselect from this selection as well, in these shadows that are pretty close to that background color. A lot of Photoshop is just being able to really control your selections. Just like clean draftsmanship. Make sure you're holding down Option and not Shift. You're deselecting from what's selected. You're not adding. But if there's something you want to add, you can hold down Shift and loop that in. So this junk in here, let me just loop that in. Whoops, lost the tip. Okay, then I can delete it. Deselect. Turn the other stuff on. See, what else do I want to delete? I can just use my eraser. 100%. A little larger. 80% edge. That works. Now I can play with the color. And the levels. Don't want it to have quite so bright a highlight. And now I want the color to be a little bit more interesting. And then I can use burn to get the bottom side of this tail to feel a little bit more dimensional with this lighting. And maybe the back of it as well. Then I can hit it with levels one more time. And now I might even try hue saturation for the first time and actually change the hue a little bit and take out some of the color. So this is for actually changing the color, not just shifting its temperature. Okay, and then lastly, just to blend it in to my creature here, I need to erase a little bit, do a little soft blending. Actually, I could probably do that all on Clone Stamp. I help that leg separate from it a little bit. So for a very quick job, that's not bad. And then to finish it off, take that tail, select the empty space around it, and then I'm just going to refine the edge just to bite into it with a little bit of softness. It's got a little bit of a halo. So you can see that. I might take that down a little. Just remembering my last settings. Say OK, and now just one delete should take a little bit of this halo off. Much better. Okay, let's see. I was thinking I'd like to add some plant matter in. It's optional. Maybe I can do that quickly over the top of it. I'm not sure how easy that will be. I'll use this top one. Worth a try. I hate to have deadlines compromise creativity. That's the problem with having commercial work in the first place, is deadlines do compromise creativity. Fortunately, this isn't quite as easy to select out. But using that magic wand, I can get rid of a lot of it pretty quickly. And then I think I'm just going to use the regular eraser. See what potential this has. I'm going to try blending this in to what I have underneath. I try not to make any one component of my creature just reliant on one source material. Not just for copyright reasons, but to have more creative control of what it looks like.